I request all the candidates graduated to the various degrees to kindly stand up. I invite Father Chancellor to confer admission of degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor of Christ University, I hereby admit you to the various degrees, having been examined, certified, and approved by Christ University under the Deanery of Commerce and Management. I prevail on you that ever in your life and conversation you show yourselves worthy of the degree awarded.
Please remain standing. In your convocation ceremonial handbook, please turn to page 7 for the graduation pledge. I request the Associate Dean of Department of Commerce, Professor Thomas Joseph, to administer the pledge.
Please keep your right palm close to your heart and repeat the pledge after me. As a graduate of Christ University, I promise to uphold the dignity, honor, and prestige of this university. I will conduct myself with honesty and integrity, taking responsibility for my actions and respecting the rights, opinions, and dignity of all. I will cherish the core values inculcated in me in this temple of learning and will uphold them in the journey of my life. I will use my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability for the advancement of learning, for the well-being of my community, and for public good. I will strive to create a better society with a sense of fairness, social justice, and an environmental responsibility. I will follow the path of righteousness with respect to all ethical considerations to prove myself a worthy citizen of my country. As I leave the portals of my alma mater, I promise to carry on the good tradition that I belong to in whatever I do, strengthened by the mission and guided by the vision of excellence and service. I take this pledge by reaffirming my faith in God Almighty, who will always be my guiding spirit.
You may please be seated. Hearty congratulations to all the graduates. With experience comes knowledge. With knowledge and experience comes sound judgment. At Christ University, we always look forward to hearing from the learned and experienced. Our chief guest for today, Dr. R. Venkata Rao, is the Vice Chancellor of University of National Law School of India. He is an award-winning teacher, researcher, and an author. Sir, it is our honor to have you here. I request you to kindly deliver the convocation address.
Most revered Chancellor of this wonderful university, esteemed Vice Chancellor of this great university, distinguished guests on the dais, distinguished invitees, parents of the graduating students, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, the 21st century hopefuls of this great country, passing out graduates. When I was hearing the invocation, I was reminded of a prayer that was taught to me by my parents, which runs like this. When God answers your prayers, He will be increasing your faith. When God delays your prayers, He will be increasing your patience. When God does not answer your prayers, He has something better for you. And that has become a part of my life. And when we lighted the lamp, I was reminded of the poem that I studied as a school-going student and which has become my leitmotif in my life. Cardinal Newman's Lead Kindly Light. From darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge, and from here to eternity. Young passing out graduates, first please remember the wonderful sacrifices made by people sitting there in the balcony. The sacrifices made by your respective parents. Remember, there are 3 mothers who should not be let down in your life. The first mother is the mother who has given birth to you. Rabindranath Tagore says, God created mother maybe because He cannot be present everywhere. And the sacrifices made by those mothers are responsible for you donning the robes today. Tomorrow, when you walk out from the university into the universe, some of you may join the most popular MBA programs. But let me tell you, no IIM graduate from Ahmedabad, Bangalore, or Calcutta can match the managerial ability of the mother of a house. Please remember that. The ambidextrous ease with which she fulfills all her obligations. At 7 o'clock in the morning, you have demanding school-going students. You have demanding parents-in-law demanding a cup of coffee. You have a demanding spouse demanding newspaper. All this she does with a smile and looks after the needs of everyone. Therefore, that mother you should never let down. If your biological mother has given birth to you, your foster mother, alma mater, this institution, has enabled you to stand on your feet. Therefore, never let down your Christ University. Till today, marks might have been important to you, but from today onwards, remarks will be more important to you. Please remember. When you walk as a graduate of the Christ University, nobody should raise his little finger and say, oh, is it the stuff that the Christ University graduate is made of? With a sense of pride, they must say, yes, this is the metal that walks through the portals of the Christ University. Therefore, never let down your alma mater, second mother. The third mother is Mother India. In the pledge you have said, you will live to. Right. Jawaharlal Nehru in one context said, who cares whether you live or die if India dies? Who will die if India lives, and who will live if India dies? The whole world is looking towards India today. Therefore, first take a pledge that we will not let down these mothers. Now I will tell you what Mother Teresa said in one context. The universal mother she is. She said, how can you love God whom you cannot see when you cannot love human beings whom you see? What a wonderful statement. How can you love God whom you cannot see when you cannot love human beings whom you see? Therefore, when you walk into the universe, please remember your love of power must be relegated into background, and it must be overtaken by power of love. Please remember this. It is the power of love that binds the universe. And please remember, academic excellence without human excellence would be disastrous. And a jurist has defined education as education is not information but formation. Formation of a complete human being. And I'm sure you will discharge your obligations, because when I said the whole world is looking towards you, I would just simply recall the words of Barack Obama, who is supposed to be the de facto citizen number one of the world. The President of the United States of America, when he was seeking office for the second term to the Capitol Hill, in one of his electioneering speeches, he came to the so-called Silicon Valley, where most of our people would be having their kith and kin. And he was addressing the young Americans. My dear fellow Americans, we are all proud that we have a NASA. We have a Silicon Valley, which is supposed to be the capital of information technology. Yes, it's true. But ask yourselves a question. Who is there in Silicon Valley? Who is there in NASA? And then he said, be careful about youngsters from 2 countries in the world. And when I say youngsters from 2 countries, I'm not referring to the Chinese. Because whenever America says we think that you'll be referring to China, the youngsters to whom I'm referring are youngsters from India and South Korea. And he said the younger generation from India and South Korea is not prepared even to settle for the second best. They want the first best. Now that's the reason why they dominate. And then he said, in 20 years from now, if you don't buck up, a day will come when the world public order will be dominated by today's youngsters from India. So if you have to fulfill the prediction, prophecy of Obama, think about the onerous responsibility that lies on your shoulders. Because to introduce the cricket metaphor, all of you have IPL now, isn't it? People belonging to my age group, we have started our second innings already in a 5-day test match. But you have to yet face the first ball in an unlimited test match. Therefore, think about the onerous responsibility. Continuing Barack Obama's metaphor, he said, you know, I'm not far off the mark if I say IT no longer stands for information technology alone. IT stands for Indian talent, to which you belong to. And then Gurcharan Das wrote a wonderful book, India Grows at Night, just 6 months ago. Not that India grows at night. What is night for us is daytime for the United States and Europe. And therefore, Indians' contribution to the growth of United States and Europe he makes. And he says, where Barack Obama stopped at IT being synonymous with Indian talent, I would call IT would stand for India tomorrow. India tomorrow would be represented by you. Therefore, please remember, ladies and gentlemen, IT not only stands for information technology, they also stand for Indian tradition, Indian talent, and India tomorrow. So, when today you are clothed with a degree, and when you go out into the world as an emissary of Christ University, and as an emissary of higher education, a tremendous responsibility lies on your shoulders. Because please remember, when you have taken the pledge, earning money is important. But please always remember in your life, standard of living may be important, but standard of life is more important than standard of living. And money is only the fringe benefit of the job you like. Because we have an obligation to make surroundings around us a better place to live in. And here, please remember, always you be guided by only one line in your life. That is, permanent values transcend temporary valuations. Please remember that. Always stand by permanent values. And an achievement becomes meaningless once you achieve it. You have now become a graduate. And therefore, don't try to bask in the glory of your past achievement. Because in life, please remember, today's knowledge would become tomorrow's ignorance. Please remember that. And only those people who do not have any present or who would not like to have any future would like to bank upon their past. Therefore, you are worthy graduates. You deserve congratulations for sacrificing it. Because I always tell, success comes before work only in dictionary. But in real life, success comes after work. And you have toiled hard, but now you have greater obligations. Because in a race for excellence, there can be only beginning line, but there will never be finish line. A race for excellence is unending. Therefore, today you are clothed with responsibility. And please remember, this is just the end of formal education. When you walk into the universe, the real education starts. And one critic has defined education as that which remains in your mind after you forget everything taught in a school. Education is what remains in your mind after you forget everything taught in a school. Therefore, make your parents proud of you. Make your institution proud of you. Make everyone proud of you. Because please remember, you have a tremendous responsibility on your shoulders. I pray the Almighty to give to each one of you whatever you are looking forward to in your respective lives. God bless you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
That was indeed an awakening and an enlightenment. Our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Aikara, is the guiding force and inspiration that enables Christ University to grow from strength to strength. Father,